Hello and welcome back to reading my Radioapple fanfic. This is the fanfic I wrote on Wattpad, which in the comments I will link my Wattpad if you want to go on there and read this story or read any of my other stories. This is chapter 5 of my Radioapple story. I will make myself tiny. And let's get into it. This is kind of a long paragraph I got going on right here. Throughout the next week, Alistair would just be stalking and analyzing Lucifer through the hotel. He even would ask Nifty to do some spying for him too. One thing that stood out to him was the fact that every night around the same time, Lilith would call to talk to Lucifer on the phone. She would call him more than she would even call Charlie. Alistair would also pay attention to the way Lucifer would react and respond to everything, the immediate jumping to answer her every time, no matter what, the way his body language would change while speaking to her, and throughout every conversation, she had this toxic cycle of keeping him on her string, but then not wanting anything to do with him. Every conversation, I keep having to move myself around. Every conversation started out with her being loving and missing him, but then an hour passes of them talking and suddenly they're arguing to death about everything. Lucifer loves her so much, he's blindsided to the fact that she doesn't feel the same way he does, and he constantly is getting his feelings and emotions invalidated and belittled by her as she worries only about what she wants. Alistair could see it all, and it helps him create the angle in which to lure Lucifer to him instead. One late evening, when everyone was tired and heading to their rooms for the night, Alistair stopped Lucifer in one of the hallways to pull him aside and have a chat with him. He just, what? It says pooped up. Popped up. That's a funny grammar error. Popped up and dragged Lucifer to the nearest empty room without him being able to say no. "Hey, whoa, red guy, this is kidnapping, I think," Lucifer yelled at him. Alistair pushed him to sit down in front of him and pulled out some whiskey for them both. "Oh, Your Majesty, don't be so dramatic. I simply just wanted to talk and be friendly. We can share a drink together too, maybe even a couple." Alistair widened his smile and handed him a shot glass of alcohol. Lucifer took the drink cautiously with an eyebrow raised. I don't know why it says and. I didn't need to add the D. I hate when it's always little grammar mistakes. It's always the little things. And what is this about exactly, Bambi? I don't have time for you being weird. "I want us to become closer. Friends, if you will," Alistair suggested. Lucifer laughed, almost spilling his drink. "Friends with me? Are you serious? This has to be a joke. Is Charlie making you be nice to me or something?" Alistair quickly took a shot of whiskey to handle the situation better because he hated trying to play friendly or seeming vulnerable. "No, actually, she has nothing to do with this. I was just hoping maybe we could put the past aside and start over. We need a fresh start for the hotel also. I mean, this place is about redeeming yourself, right? So let's start over on a better foot." Lucifer was suspicious and drank his shot of whiskey too since he saw Alistair drink his. "I don't know. This just seems like an idea Charlie would have, but I guess we can start over. I just will have my guard up." "Wonderful," Alistair said with joy in his voice. Right at that moment, Lucifer's phone, I didn't put an apostrophe S, but it's Lucifer's phone, started to ring in his pocket. He took it out, and sure enough, it was Lilith calling him for the night. Alistair didn't want distraction and wanted to stop him from answering. So as Lucifer was about to hit the answer button, Alistair got up fast and grabbed the king's hand that was holding the phone and held it down on the coffee table in between them, preventing him from answering. "What the hell are you doing? My wife is trying to talk to me," he yelled, trying to remove his hand from the demon's grip. The phone call went to voicemail, but instead of leaving a message, Lilith decided to start texting his phone. You could hear it pinging with text notifications at least 5 or 6 times. Lucifer wanted to answer the text so badly, but Alistair wouldn't let him. "Look at me, Lucifer," Alistair said, staring in his eyes. Go just one night without answering her. Please do not run to her every beck and call. Do not run to her every beck and call. I've been seeing how it affects your mood every night. She's using you. Pay attention to me. Pay attention to me tonight. This is what I mean by you acting weird. Why would I just ignore my wife that I have missed for years? You just don't understand what she's going through, and this is the only way she can communicate. Lucifer tried to justify it. Yeah, until she ghosts you again because she gets what she wanted from you. What kind of healthy relationship would put you in such a toxic cycle? Alistair yelled back at him. Lucifer didn't want to believe him despite knowing the emotional hell he's been going through. How would you even know? You don't really know me or us. I've made my observations, and this is what I can tell so far just from that. Please allow me to get to know you more as your friend. Just go one night without responding to her, and her reactions can reveal a lot of her as a person and her intentions. Alistair sounded very persuasive. Lucifer just kept staring at the radio demon's eyes for a minute, and slowly Alistair released his hand. The king thought deeply and decided to actually consider what Alistair was saying. It must be pretty bad if people can see what's going on from an outside perspective. He didn't answer his phone and ignored every text. He actually turned his phone off completely and sat it aside for the night. Maybe you're right, Red Guy. Maybe I just need a night to myself. But I'll answer her again tomorrow, Lucifer sighed. Sounds like a smart decision. Also, I'm here if you need company. Alistair needed a way to weasel in closer with him emotionally. Yeah, I'll think about it. Maybe we need a couple more shots, too. Lucifer handed his glass over to get a refill from Alistair. Of course, my king. Alistair gladly poured 2 more shots for both of them. And this is all I have for Chapter 5. I hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned. When I come back, I'll be reading Chapter 6, and we'll see where it goes from here. Anyway, bye!